But this perception versus reality. Katherine Cramer is with me, the co-chair of the Commission on Reimagining Our Economy at the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Katherine, you've been conducting dozens of conversations with Americans. So I get it. They don't feel good about it. They feel something's wrong. They feel inequality is getting greater, not less. The pandemic, et cetera, et cetera. Now square the circle, if you will, to the reality.
I will try, but you're right. I mean, the feeling is what's most top of mind for a lot of people, and they're feeling like the economy that's in front of them is not one that's set up for them to thrive. Right? They might be getting by. It's very much the case that income inequality has decreased in recent years, but people don't necessarily see those graphs, right? They don't see those charts. Instead, what they experience is their everyday life, and they see, they're struggling to make ends meet. They're struggling to have their household budget come together. They see the car repair bill that they can't pay, and they very much feel that healthcare bill that's impossible to pay.
All of this, and we're looking at the screen, a $17.5 trillion household debt, according to the Fed. We are seeing this starting to exhibit itself. In fact, the Fed chair yesterday was talking about it in his congressional testimony. You'll have seen this idea of increased delinquencies on loans, more credit card debt going into arrears. And this is going to get worse potentially.
That could very well be the case. I mean, you're right. Those two things are a huge part of why people are feeling just a significant sense of insecurity right now and instability, right? So those auto loan delinquencies, the credit card use that has gone up so much since the pandemic, and the delinquencies on those are just the highest in a decade. And child poverty is unfortunately it's quite low. I mean, quite at a high, because the child tax credit that was extended during the pandemic has expired in 2022, and so a variety of ways in which people are feeling like things are not working in their favor.
From your research and from your questioning, how much of this is about thems who've got money, the rich, are doing so much better? It's all skewed. The poor man at the bottom and woman at the bottom just gets the worst of it. Whether reality or not, greed is good, and those at the top simply get away with financial murder.
Some of it is that, for sure, for people perceiving that there's a lot of wealth and they're not experiencing it, but somebody is. But I think even more broadly than that, it's this sense that the whole system is driven by greed, that it's not designed for people, ordinary Americans, to thrive, right? It's not set up for individuals' well-being or families' well-being. Instead, it's set up with profit and growth at the forefront. So, nothing wrong with growth and nothing wrong with profit, but when people feel as though value of those things interferes with the value of just getting along and doing well and having time with one's family, it's a problem.
So you've been obviously looking at this for years, in a sense, and are you surprised? I mean, I know the pandemic was such a life-defining in a sense, but after all the years you've been looking at this, are you surprised that in a capitalist society where greed is good, arguably, and profit motive has been the driving force, that people are feeling like this? Are you surprised?
I guess not, is the honest truth. I mean, it seems as though perhaps we've been heading in this direction for a long time. It's definitely a moment in history in which maybe many of the supports that were put in place during the pandemic, there was a time when people felt at some level that support could be put in place for them and they could be helped along to make ends meet, that government intervention would actually help them out. But many of those supports ended. And when they ended, what we heard is that people noticed just how much they're struggling to make ends
Yeah.
meet without those things in place, and that if government wanted to, it could make a difference.
Grateful for your time tonight, and we'll talk more as the election continues and we put this into perspective. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm so grateful.